So the best I can with one hand, I'm going to show you how a gas gauge sending unit works. So the sending unit goes in this hole, and there's a wire that hooks to the ground, which is this wire, and then there's a wire that runs to the gauge, which is that wire. And that wire is, I want to say it's hot, but it conducts current, but I wouldn't say it's hot like it's going to make sparks, but it's the current is on the other side of the gauge. But this regulates probably the ground. I don't even know if I'm explaining that right, but let's just say that, just take that for granted. And here I've got the battery terminal, the red wire hooked to the hot wire. I've got the ground wire hooked to that wire and to a ground right here on that way off end. So we come over here to the gauge itself. And the way the gauge itself works is like this. I'll put you here. Now, kind of have to, I'll just take this wire off here while we're looking at this. So here is this sending unit, and when it's down, the tank is empty, and when it's up, the tank is full if everything is set the way it's supposed to be set. Now the way to test that is to get in the car. We are in this 1932 Studebaker, and I am going to try to sit you where you can see, magnetize you to there. That way you can see that pretty good. Now I'm going to attach that red wire to the hot side of the sending unit. I'll show you that in a minute. So I've got the black side of that wire running to the body or the ground of that sending unit. Now I'm going to turn on the switch, and the gauge is off. The gauge is sitting on empty, and I'm going to raise that little bar. Now you see that moving? So that's moving to show that the tank is full. So when I move that all the way up, in this case, this doesn't move all the way to the top. So this gauge is inaccurate by more than a quarter of a tank, but it kind of doesn't matter. As long as I know that's full, then I know that that's full. So if my gauge is sitting right there, it's full. And if it's sitting down here, it may not be empty. It may still have some room in it. So anyway, that's how it works. And I'm going to bring you back over here. I can show you that I've got one side of that jumper cable hooked to the ground. The other side is hooked to that little metal, that little brass post in the middle of that. And that's how a gas gauge works. Now I'm going to put this back into the tank, and I know that works, and I'm going to try to set it the best place I can to get the most I can out of this gauge when it's got gas in it. Okay.